What's up? North side of Milwaukee. And of course, if we talking about Atlanta, I always got to shout out my area of Atlanta, the North, NAWF, aka far north side of Atlanta, also known as Gwinnett County. Shout out to Norcross, Duluth, Lawrenceville. All right, so y'all see what it is. One thing I love about being from out of state, from the place where you grew up, is always being able to represent where you from. I've had a lot of good laughs and jokes from uh, people. One guy said one guy didn't want to let me into CVS because he saw this, and I had to tell him, man, I know you're not talking to me as a Falcons fans. I was like, you got to have a winning team to have a rivalry, you know. And we both laughed out of that. But you could probably see behind me the Packer game is getting ready to get started. So I wanted to get this review of our boy Kanan. I wanted to get this done before the game started, but I got off to a little bit of a late start. And I'm not gonna waste your time. This isn't gonna be a 25-minute scene for scene recap. I'm primarily only interested in two things that happen, and those those two things are what I want to talk about. And those are Palomar. Palomar. I don't even think that Kanan knows this young lady's last name. You know, when we growing up, you're supposed to call somebody Miss Johnson, or if you know her first name, Miss Palomar. Um, I think the daughter that I think he smashed. I don't think they showed it, but uh they kind of hinted that he might have smashed the daughter. But if you were like me, I was in Texas when I gave y'all that review. I felt kind of uncomfortable because it seemed pretty clear that if Kanan wanted to, he could have both of them. And talk about whatever fetishes or fantasies you have. I just don't want black people to be depicted as just having no morals whatsoever. So I did not want that to be depicted. And I know I went kind of left. But from what I saw from this episode, and you saw the kind of the subtitle in parentheses, what I named this video, I think it's clear that Palomar could care less about how her daughter feels about Kanan. And if you look at the look that Kanan kind of gave like this. It wasn't a look like I'm scared of you, but it was a look of who do you think I am? It's almost like this woman Palomar uh just knew Kanan from a previous life. Like that used to be her husband in a previous life or something. She is just drawn to him. She respects him. And I think Kanan, it's a combination of being scared and kind of in awe that not only an adult would be treating him with this kind of respect, but an adult that good looking and an adult that clearly knows that my daughter likes you. Like I mean, just holding him down. Like, who is this woman? Like, she understands street talk. She understood why Famous and Kanan wasn't trying to tell. I guess I'll call her the baby, because she's a teenager. She know why they didn't want to tell the baby, what they trying to do with these knives. Like Kanan, let me see you for a minute. And she's also she's smart enough or street smart enough to know that famous is not a hitter. So I really predict that Corinne, I think that's her name. I think that Kanan will pass her, not in a disrespectful way, but just kind of fall back and encourage her and famous to hook up. I don't know if Corin will go for that, but I think he's going to realize that he really doesn't have a choice. Like in the world of PIMPING, there's a phrase called choosing. Yeah, your chick is choosing, reckless eyeballing, and I think Kanan is going to just have to come to grips and understand that he has been chosen. He's been chosen by this young lady, and there's nothing really he can do about it. Palomar just treats him like a king, and I think he's gonna kind of do the mature thing. Um, and I say that to say that the mature thing in this situation is gonna be he realizes that this woman really has his best interest, and she's mature. He can learn a lot from her. Obviously, it doesn't hurt that she's easy on the eyes. I think that he might have to keep it away from who, because as pretty as she is, I'm not saying she has this Oedipus thing going on with Kanan, but she got to be the same age as Rock, or if not the same age as Rock, just a few years younger. And I think that's not a that wouldn't be a good mix. That wouldn't be a good thing to let Rock know, to let Rock find out that a woman either her age or a few years younger than her is smashing her son. No matter how good she is at doing that, or how much of Kanan's best interest she has. It isn't gonna fly. So now, yeah, that's my prediction. That's going to become his woman. I know it looks like he's had sex maybe twice, and they always make his relationship seem fleeting. Like they ain't even talked about Davina. They ain't even brought excuse me. They ain't even brought Davina up again. But when it comes to uh, this particular woman, I think they will spend more time and focus and kind of show how Kanan possibly could have grown from knowing her. All right, so now I said I was gonna make this 25 minutes, and I'm already at 8 minutes and something. So I'm gonna get to the other part, dude. You see these? It's a size 10 and a half. I think I'm a size 11 now. I didn't know that your feet could grow as you become an older man. Yeah, so I wear an 11 now, and most 10 and a halves hurt my feet, but I've been a size 10 and a half almost my whole life. But did y'all see? Did y'all see Quincy, aka Crown Camacho, spinning like MC Hammer, spinning like Michael Jackson, spinning like Gregory Hines with some dress shoes? Meanwhile, the dude is holding him got on some Reebok pumps. You're not supposed to laugh at somebody getting strangled. I understand that, so I don't want y'all to think that I'm some type of sociopath because I was laughing. But being a man of a certain age, um, y'all got to remember, this is my time period. 50 Cent is only, I believe, either 2 or 3 years older than myself. So the time period that he is depicting, that's when I was a young man, a kid. I was like a freshman in high school. So when you see this, we call them rayon shirts. And when we wore the rayon shirts, sometimes we would wear Guess jeans, but sometimes we would actually wear dress pants, church pants. Because if you look at the rayon shirt that Crown had on, you would almost say, well, that looked like a church shirt, like you could wear that to church. But to make it even crazier, we didn't really wear tennis shoes. When we wore the dress pants that went with the shirt, you had to wear shoes like this. So it was so crazy to see him slipping around in his hard bottom Sunday morning church shoes, dress shoes. And my boy Lou just got choked him out with equipment wire. He got choked out with an NPC cord. But you know that's pure anger and pure hate. Almost like how your mama would be so mad at you back in the day, she just pick up something like a shoe or a phone and hit you with it. He picked up what was available to him, and he knew that he was more of a man than Crown was. And just to see him struggling, and that basically you're not dressed for combat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even talk that greasy out of your mouth, and you dress like a pretty boy. You half mixed, you know. Trust me, I have a lot of issues being a light skinned man growing up. My father was even more fair skinned than I am, so people always assumed that I was mixed, and I'm not. And so, people used to pick fights with me. I was fighting all the time, and it was just because of how I looked. In Milwaukee, where I grew up, if you were mixed, you were like food. Like nobody respected you. Everybody assumed I can just smack you, watch you turn red. Terrence Howard tells those type of stories. But as tough as Crown Camacho was talking, you not built like that and you not dressed like that. You pulled out the gun, says don't pull it out if you ain't gonna use it. It says, who says I ain't gonna use it? And he turned his back on you. In the streets, that's the ultimate form of disrespect. That I'ma just turn around and walk away, and I know I ain't gonna hear no gunshot. I'm not gonna feel a hot one coming in my back. I'm not even gonna hear like a warning shot in the air. Cause if any of y'all have ever been close to death or unfortunately in the vicinity of gunfire, it'll like blow your eardrum out, you know. So just even firing one in the air while you walking away, that has a physical impact on you. Crown ain't do either one. So it was very strategic on our girl's part, Rock, aka Raquel. It was very strategic on her part because what she's doing or what she did was she just held on to that information for as long as she could. And then when she felt like she was ready to let it be known, she knew her brother was going to kill that man, you know. And she added some sauce on top of it by semi questioning his manhood or his street cred, by basically saying he's going soft because of the music. She challenged him to act street again in the music setting against Crown Camacho. So she is very narcissistic, devious, evil, Still beautiful. All right, y'all. This has been Jay Spruill. Movies, music, sports, and life. And I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next week. Leave me a comment down below. Make sure where you see that red subscribe button is, hit it so you can join me every week because not only do I talk about power, but obviously I love Atlanta as a city, as a former student of Clark Atlanta University. And the third way I love it is the show. And this is the final season. So I already have 2 episodes up on my channel that you can check out that I reviewed. But I'm going to definitely be recapping Atlanta every week. So if you like Power, you like Atlanta on FX, come back here with me next week and we can have some fun discussing both shows. We gone.